the white shoe slaying. The white shoe sling. Fuck. Alright. I was trying to read the title from fucking a tiny ass screen. And granted, well, I could have Googled it. Oh well. I'll live. Yo. The Batman Beyond Complete Series limited edition Blu-ray pre-order price is down to $89.30. Fuck, dude. If I didn't already have 2 out of the 3 seasons, that would be really tempting. I can tell you why I wrote the white glove in the title. Yeah, for people watching this in post, I had it say the white glove killing instead of the white shoe slaying. The reason I have a white glove in the title instead of white shoe is because my brain was like, oh yeah, the White Glove Society from Fallout New Vegas.
Hey ladies, get out of the road!
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
All right.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have come.
Alright, let's switch outfits. Because who would I be if I didn't do this? I wonder how the white suit looks in yeah, no, it looks very white. Golden Boy, Hawkshaw, Sunset Strip, Broderick. You know what? I was gonna save these for when I get over to Vice, but I've already done Vice on whatchamacallit. I've already played as Vice on YouTube stuff. I don't know which one I was going to use, but I'm not really in love with any of them. Like, this is the closest one I like, but I already wear that a bunch. This one feels very fucking this era.
Greetings.
This tie reminds me of, this outfit will not do for the rain.
Stop.
Come on, I'm not even touching any of these buttons. Alright, what's a very dark outfit? This would work for the rain. Oh, you know what? How's this look in the rain? He looks too much like he's supposed to be the embodiment of death. If we want an embodiment of death, it's right here. This is the embodiment of death. Come on. Okay, controller. Fuck it. How's this look in the rain? Looks good enough. I'll live. All right, Rusty, let's go.
Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling on them.
Yeah, Californians love a bad.
Banging to you.
As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers.
Whoa.
First
I feel like
the
the roads are
now
actually
another
slicker
body.
now that
Come
there's
on,
rain
you
on
can't
there,
keep on
which
telling
is
me there's
interesting
not
if they
a
actually
killer
did
still
that.
out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your
Alright,
record.
eyes
give you a reputation.
Cool, I checked to make sure that both my
Easy.
my mic was plugged in and not muted.
Getting a vicious killer
And
off
good
the
news,
streets is more
it's
important than my
neither of those
reputation.
things.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Oh, I'm driving on the wrong side, huh? Excuse me, everybody. Oh, wow.
That guy there will lead us up.
Alright, let's go. Although I feel like I could probably find my own way, but thanks.
I'm steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body, partner. Get used to seeing them. You're the gig when you work in homicide, Phelps.
Dude, I have had 3 packages of Twix today, which means I have had a total of 6 Twix today. And I only regret having the last one. Or the last pack.
Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner
Yo,
took with them
yo.
as well.
Nothing original under the sun.
How was it? How
What
did
do
you
we have
enjoy
so
the movie?
far?
Had you
Not
seen
much
it before?
Trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Alright, so we got a rope murder again. Come on, let me look at that neck. That sounded weird. There we go.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Then again, I've only seen it once, and I want to give it another shot. We'll see how that goes. Come on. Okay. And how did he like it? How did he like Academy Award winning film Suicide Squad?
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Size 8?
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Alright, there's more evidence to be had.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
I mean, I like Deathshot. Deathshot. I'm mixing up Deathstroke and Deadshot. I like Deadshot in it too, but I've been over this before, where he will be joining. He has to finish something real quick. I like Deadshot in it too, but it's just Will Smith playing Will Smith, and I enjoy Will Smith, and I have since a young age. So, that's why I liked him.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton.
In addition to
Catherine
eating
Barton.
6
I
whole
live
Twix
just across
today,
the way.
I've also bitten one of my nails way too far
Did you
down.
see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Oh, by the way, if you're
Do you have a description?
if you're wondering
Tall,
why,
gaunt,
if you're like, oh, hey,
horribly
Andrew, you said you were gonna
disfigured,
stream Heavy Rain
had an
tonight.
accident in the war.
Why aren't
He's
you
a
streaming Heavy
very,
Rain? Why are you
very
playing LA
angry
Noire
man.
instead?
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the
And that's
hobos
because
hands
I was
here.
expecting him to be more
He's some
tired than I
kind of
am today,
hobo
and I'm
leader.
not as
They all
tired as I
follow him
was.
around.
Thank you, ma'am.
Despite
Been a
getting
big
very
help.
little sleep last
Of
night
course.
and
Anything
waking
I
up
can
very
do.
early.
I'd hate to think that
and
something
working
so
until 7.
ghastly could happen right
Um,
here and nothing be done about it.
and not getting to nap afterward. But I'm not feeling very tired, so I was like, yeah, fuck it. I can do an hour plus long stream if that's how long this case ends up being, as opposed to like a 30 to 45 minute stream.
1247.
And at the rate I'm doing these cases,
I need an address on
this is
Superior
case
Laundry
13.
Services.
Just a moment.
Saturday, Sunday.
Superior Laundry Services.
I think
1260
after this
West
case, I
First
only have
Street.
3 cases
Can you
left.
track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
So that aren't on YouTube, because I don't plan on replaying those missions, at least not just yet.
There's a
I might
large
revisit
camp
them
under
at
the
some
bridge
point and
on
just do a
Grand
whole
between
LA
Temple
Noire
and
oops I did it
Sunset.
again thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I bit my nail. I bite my nails. It's a bad habit I have. And, I bit my thumbnail way too far down. To the point where it's not bleeding or anything, but, like... It's not bleeding or anything, but it's... Like, if I bend the tip of my thumb to where the, nail is now, or just, like, push down the tip of my thumb, it hurts a little bit. But other than that...
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be
so
the
yeah, I should
same
have this
time,
game,
I'm saying, right?
quote-unquote,
Before you start
finished
trying to link
by
this to
Maldonado
Monday,
because
and
I
all the
believe
others.
I
There are more
was missing
factors to
up to
consider
case
than the
16,
messages,
and then
Rusty.
one other
It
case,
doesn't
I think it was
fit your
case
pattern,
22.
Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
I mean, I don't want to bite my nails, I just do it without thinking. So yeah, I should have this game the complete series on YouTube by like Monday, end of day. And I might do a whole Oops, I Did It Again series, because I already have one on here where I accidentally played a case twice. So I might as well just at some point revisit all of the cases. But yeah, I bite my nails. But once I finish this, I can probably do a little bit more of Mass Effect Andromeda, at least while I
You can change back into those white
figure out what
boxes.
to play in the meantime, because I want to put off Batman Arkham until, well, I don't, but I also do. I might do Arkham Asylum and then put off City until...
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
We'll see.
We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
Because I have Mass Effect Andromeda I still need to finish. I have, technically Fallout
You
4
take a
I
look
still
for
need to
yourself.
finish.
I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number
Like,
down
are we
there,
talking about superhero movies? Because, I always felt that, Green Lantern was an underrated film. It got a bunch of, yeah, honestly, any of the Spider-Man movies, except for Amazing Spider-Man 2, I feel like Green Lantern, Amazing Spider-Man 2, honestly, you could probably skip. It has the best outfit of it, and, like, the best equipage of any Spider-Man movie, but what am I looking for? But other than that, it's very okay. Laundry label. F1363. Here we go. Come on, I'm pushing down, but the controller I'm using is the god-awful one. Oh yeah, Shazam was good.
Emerald Street, Westlake.
Shazam was real good. But, I would, if he's open to, like,
You drive.
mediocre
Let me
movies,
go over the case notes.
Green
where
Lantern's
exactly are we
definitely
going?
better than Suicide Squad, like a million times better. But that doesn't make it, like, a good movie. It's a fun movie, which is how I describe it. It's not smart, really, ever. It does a few things interesting with his powers, but, okay. Rusty, come on. 3, 2, 1. Alright, Rusty, I'm driving. Try and think. If you're open to animated movies, Batman Under the Red Hood is a real good one. Justice League: The New Frontier is another good one.
I've got a
again,
feeling
animated.
we're about to meet another wife.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait.
What do you mean a really good one or a really bad one? The Batman movies, assuming that we're talking about The Dark Knight, are good movies. I'm not a huge fan of their depiction of Batman, but they're good movies. The Michael Keaton Batman movies typically are liked. I think they're decent. I really like Batman Forever. It's the perfect balance of, like, 60s Batman with '80s Batman where it's really dumb and goofy sometimes, but also like has darker tones to it. Oh, to Suicide Squad. You're right. Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your
Says if
wife
he hasn't
home,
seen
sir?
Batman
My wife went
Forever.
out last night. She hasn't come home.
Can you describe your
Spider-Man
wife
Into
and
the
what she was
Spider-Verse.
wearing?
If you haven't seen
We were
Spider-Man
at a
Into the
friend's
Spider-Verse,
place, Bobby
or he
Ross's
hasn't
for
seen
a
Spider-Man
party.
Into the Spider-Verse,
She
that
was
is my
kinda
top
dolled up.
superhero movie pick
She had her
as of
green
right now.
silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
I mean, I think
Can you
Batman's
come in,
fine.
Mr. Tarleton?
He
I'm afraid we have some rather bad
he
news.
used to be one of my favorites. He's not so much anymore, but that's just because of how overpowered
Do you have someone who can look after your
everything has
children,
made him
Mr.
ever.
Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
Where it's like, oh hey, yeah, he's
I'm afraid your
good at
wife was
preparing
murdered
to the
last
point
night.
where it's basically
Her
like
body
he's
was found
sidekick.
this morning.
And
I'm very sorry for your loss.
he can beat if you are writing it so
I
he
know
can
this is a
beat
difficult
Superman
time,
in a
Mr.
fight,
Tarleton, but
you
we're
are
gonna need
writing
to answer
Batman
your
wrong.
questions.
And that's
First,
not
we're gonna take a
me
look around.
What for?
being in
You
love
don't
with
think the
Superman.
procedure.
That's just using
Say to
fucking
your girl.
like he'd have to know the fight is coming up, which yeah, fucking Batman in prep time, woo. But he'd have to know the fight's coming up. And like even if he does know that, I feel like
Stay here
Superman
till
should still
Daddy's
be able to
finished
get the
talking to
kryptonite
his
out
dad.
of his hands.
Where's
Like right?
Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. Nothing to hide.
Anyway, that's
Operator,
just
give
my
me the
opinion on
R&I.
Batman fighting Superman. I'm not a fan of it.
Want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Sometimes things going
Also,
out of me.
don't show
batch
Batman v
1247.
Superman Dawn of Justice. It's a very slow, very boring movie.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No.
I'm just gonna say it again.
Suspect says he was
Batman
with
the
Ross
Spider-
last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Ant-Man's kind of fun. Looking at the DVDs I have. You'll show him what last? Batman or
For the
Spider-Man
record,
Into
Mr.
the
Tarleton,
Spider-Verse?
What is your wife's name?
Because like that's a phenomenal movie. Like I said, Ant-Man's fun, but it's nothing special, honestly.
Do you have
Captain
any
America:
idea
The
why
Winter
anyone
Soldier's
would wanna
pretty
hurt
good.
your wife?
No.
The first Avengers movie.
Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. There can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
Oh yeah.
No,
I
I don't.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. It's not.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
I'm trying
That's
to think
right.
of
Bobby
more.
had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it.
What are other good ones?
We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
I personally
Where she
like
always
Iron Man 3. It's
Bar
not
down
one
on
that,
North Beaudry Avenue.
among
Darren's
most
bar.
fans,
She
they
goes
tend
there,
not to be.
drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Okay, fair. Here's
Mr.
Andrew's
Tarleton,
top
was Teresa
5
happy at home?
superhero movie picks.
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better
In no
give us
particular
something.
order, except Spider-Man
We're at the
Into the
party.
Spider-Verse is
She
at
has
the
a
top.
few and says she wants to
And
go
it's
out
also going to be a
dancing.
mixture of
We only have
very
to
good
sit
and
her
very
until
bad
9.
movies. Just
I get mad. I tell her to go ahead,
be
but
warned.
I'm staying. She storms out.
Spider-Man Into the
I'm doing well at
Spider-Verse,
cards. I hardly ever do well.
Green Lantern. I say
Married
very
her, she
bad.
was so much fun, but now she drives me
Average.
fucking crazy.
Nothing special movies.
time
Spider-Man Into
did
the
she leave the
Spider-Verse,
party?
Green Lantern, Batman Forever.
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Captain America: The
Around
Winter
8:30.
Soldier.
Card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my
And
hand.
I'm
and
trying
drove home here.
not to repeat heroes,
Paid
so I don't want to
sitter
do another
went to
Spider-Man
bed.
movie. I can't do another Green Lantern movie. Shit. Okay.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
I really want to do Batman Under the Red Hood for my last one, but I already said Batman for. Oh, I don't have the evidence. Cool.
Sorry. My mistake.
So no matter what, I'm getting this one wrong, unless...
If you have more questions, I'd rather get this over with now.
Yeah, no, I kind of just beefed this real hard. I might need to pick up from a save point, because it won't let me get up.
When was the last
And unless
time
it
you
lets
saw
me
your wife?
pick the wrong answer
Around
now,
8:30.
I need to just
Card game
pick
at
up from a
Bobby's
save
is
point.
wrapping up. Played out my
Justice
hand,
League New
drove home
Frontier.
here.
There we go, that's another one.
Paid the sitter.
That one's decent.
that?
It's not, like, the best.
Why did you only report your wife
But,
missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
It's...
Thanks for answering our questions,
interesting.
Mr. Charlton. You'll need to go
I
downtown
say it's not the
to
best
identify
because
your wife's
the
body.
premise, like,
I should have taken her dancing.
in the
My
end, it boils
experience,
down to
Mac,
superheroes
they give
fighting
you the bribes,
dinosaurs, and that's like a
they give
weird
them to them
fucking
your entire
concept. But it's got my favorite interpretation of Batman from any movie in it.
Need to check if she was
It's
a regular.
got Neil Patrick Harris voicing the Flash.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
It's got Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Superman, Wonder Woman. All
You can see
of
the
it takes
picture
place
can
during
match the
like
impression of the crime
Vietnam
scene.
War. Okay, yeah. As my last one, put... Fuck it, you know what? Take off Batman, or leave Batman Forever on there, just as like a backup, but replace it
She went
on my
out
top
without
5
a
with
handbag?
Batman Under the Red Hood. So we have 3
At least she was
animated,
spared
2
that
live
particular
action,
indignity.
one Batman, one Spider-Man, one Captain America, one Green Lantern, and one Justice League, which granted has Batman in it, but... Oh, shit. What the fuck am I doing there? Oh, no. If it's still doing that, then that means there's still a thing to be had here, right? Maybe not. No, well, it looks like it wants me to investigate it further. I can't investigate
She'd have
this
to
further.
be in quite a state to leave this behind.
The fuck, dude? I can't investigate any further from here. I feel like there's something I'm supposed to be seeing with this. Alright, let's go check the backyard, which is over here. Wait! There we go.
Lars was out in the rain.
I was
last
supposed to
night.
get all this evidence before I talked to him, but oh well. Okay, so there is more evidence to be had.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Boom, rope.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Oh, actually, shit.
Sounds like the terrorists have
Remove
their last drink at Baron's
fucking...
bar. We should check the place out.
Remove Justice League New Frontier, or keep it, and but my top 5. Revised top 5, final edition. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Green Lantern, Batman Under the Red Hood, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and Wonder Woman. The live-action Wonder Woman movie. I feel like that's a solid pick. And also the new Wonder Woman movie comes out next year. So, assuming that you guys enjoy the first one, that can always just be a little date when that movie comes out. I feel like those are solid choices. Huh. Because I took Justice League New Frontier off of there would have been 2 Neil Patrick Harris movies in there, because he does a voice in Batman Under the Red Hood and Justice League New Frontier. But, because I replaced it with Wonder Woman, there's now 2 Chris Pine movies in there. Because he's in Into the Spider-Verse as well as, for a minor role, granted, and he's in Wonder Woman.
And the chicken.
Spider-Verse, yeah, that's like
Drink?
a must-have.
Phelps and Galloway,
honestly.
LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa
Captain
Terrelson?
America, the
Yes,
First
it
Avenger,
is.
which is
I heard about
it's
it on
fun.
the radio.
It's fun, and
The
I'd
singer
definitely
was that
advise
Black
watching it
Dahlia
before the Winter
freak again?
Soldier. But if you don't plan on watching the entire MCU,
Yeah, I rang that husband.
then I feel like you're fine.
The babysitter said he
Captain
was
Marvel,
out.
I think,
If you don't mind,
is
we have a
good,
few
but honestly, it
questions.
follows the same beats as Green Lantern, and so does Doctor Strange for that matter. But
What time did
oh,
Teresa
Lego
leave?
Batman is a
Around,
good choice. Fuck.
10:30, I think.
We don't have time for
Fuck.
you to be making guesses. What time was it exactly?
Hey, give me a break. I don't remember it to the second.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums.
I'd say Captain Marvel follows the same
but
beats
nothing
as
to fit that description.
Green Lantern and
The likelihood
Doctor
is
Strange,
that whoever
but
she left here with
they're
killed
all
her.
origin
Give
stories
it up,
where the
Benny.
person gets
All right, two creeps were all
fucking
over.
like
Promising
powers that they didn't
Take a
even know
dance.
existed.
You get a good
So
look at these guys?
Sure.
there's only so
Got a
many.
good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform.
And with Captain Marvel
His cap said,
and Green Lantern,
USS Indiana.
both are
And the other
fighter
man?
pilots,
The other guy
cocky fighter
is
pilots
Richard
who
Bates.
get powers they
sitting in
didn't
the
know
back right
existed.
now. Red polo shirt.
And I'm not going to spoil the plot
Thank you for your
twist
help.
behind
We'll take it
or the
from here.
plot
Hey, no problem.
stuff in
This is
Captain
Bates.
Marvel, but there's more comparisons to be
That's
had.
him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Especially with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, like,
Go,
there's one
Phelps,
like
get after
the
it.
comparisons aren't.
Come on, we gotta
If you
ride.
made
Get in and
Doctor
ride.
Strange and Captain Marvel the same fucking movie, it would be Green Lantern, because whatever beats
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows
Captain
what
Marvel
this guy will
doesn't
pull
hit
when he's
Doctor
cornered.
Strange.
We could have a
definitely
killer
hits
on our
them.
hands.
It's weird. Give me 1 second. I'll read that in a sec. Oh, shit, fuck. When I'm not driving.
Come on, Phelps, you're
we'll
letting
watch
this lust get
the whole
away
MCU
from you.
eventually, but I think the first Avenger and Captain Marvel should hold off until I'm setting it. Shit, he went up here. Shit, come on. Oh, beans. Can I restart from checkpoint? No, not restart. Okay, I'll just let myself lose. The first Avenger and Captain Marvel should hold off until I'm setting him up to start the full MCU. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it would break up the seriousness of Batman. I agree, because like
God damn it,
even
get
the
after
Batman
him,
movie
Cole.
as suggested
I thought you were gonna leave
does
me
have
there.
a very
Who knows what
serious
this guy will
tone
pull
to
when
it.
he's cornered.
It also
We could
has
have a
Jensen
killer on our
Ackles,
hands.
aka Dean from Supernatural, in it. Although
Keep it steady, and I'll try to bust his tires.
this is not me putting it back on my list. This
I don't
is
think
me
the
just
killer would be kicking back
explaining
in
a
the bar where he met
statement
the
I
victim.
made earlier.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for
Come on.
routine.
I said Justice
Phelps,
League: The New
you gotta get
Frontier
me
has my favorite
closer.
version of Batman in it, and it's true because
Hit him, Cole.
they
Hit him out.
in it. It takes place in like the 60s and 70s, or 50s and 60s in that area, and they have to explain why Batman changed
Hit it.
from this very
Clean this
dark
asshole off
character
the road.
to this very light, colorful character who has a brightly colored sidekick. And how they do that, spoiler alert
Give it up,
for the movie, it's a minor
LAPD.
spoiler alert, but nonetheless,
Okay, Bates.
how they do
You're gonna
that
answer some questions.
is
I have a choice in this.
Batman is helping Martian Manhunter save this child from this
Last
cult that's
night,
about to
you
murder
were drinking with a
the
lady
kid.
in the bar.
And
Now she's dead. And your face
Martian
is all
Manhunter
messed
is
up.
fighting
I'm
the
in
cult
the clear
members,
on that.
and
She's
Batman
the
goes
first
to
sailor. You can lay it
rescue
off
the
on
kid,
him.
and the
Are we
kid's
finished?
fucking terrified of Batman.
Do you want my partner to
The kid's
sap you?
fucking terrified
Tell
of
us what we
Batman,
want
which
to
makes
know.
sense.
She was
Batman
okay.
was made to be
Drunk. Pissed off
to
at her
scare
old man,
people.
wanting to go dancing.
But then
Thought I'd plow
Batman
with a few
changes
drinks
his
to
look,
get my end away.
especially after picking
Looks
up
like
Robin.
You're salty, you had the same idea.
And
So what
his
happened when you
explanation
left the
for
bar?
it is he
Sailor
got
boy
into
laid
this
one on
business
me.
to
A
scare
cheap shot.
criminals, not
After
children.
that, I don't know.
And
You've
love
done
the
time,
fucking stupid
haven't you,
faces
Richard?
this guy
Is that
makes.
why you ran?
I'm on
And the
parole
way I
for
see
what
it is,
offense?
if he's been
Sexual
being Batman
assault.
for long enough, his reputation will scare
I
the
was
criminals
lying there on
enough.
the
So he
sidewalk.
could dress in
Flags
all
the
fucking...
cab and jumps in with the
If he
broad.
wanted to, and he has done this in
We're
the
taking
comics,
you in,
if he
Bates.
wanted to wear a
How
fucking
come?
rainbow outfit, he could.
For a chat.
And the
Nice
the
private
fucking
chat.
criminals
I'll
would still be
explain my
scared.
theory of once a degenerate,
Because
always
they know that he can fucking break their fucking bones.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard,
Yeah,
here goes the drill.
Because it's interesting occasionally to see the superhero that fucking uses fear to his advantage, but like that's not gonna be the best way to, like, consistently.
Phelps,
It's not gonna be the best
1247.
way to fucking operate.
Any
Because
messages for
then
me?
eventually good guys, quote unquote, are gonna not want to work with you because you have a reputation with literally everybody for being the worst. Which is why you have moments where, like, Guy Gardner, or no, Batman one
Can you
punch
have an
knocks
APB
out
put
Guy
out on
Gardner,
that vehicle?
where
We
Hal
need all
Jordan
sightings relayed to car
fucking
11K.
punches Batman in the face.
Sure, Detective. I'll radio dispatch now.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Bodie
Yeah, that's
Avenue?
why
We're
I
tracking a
like that
sailor who was
interpretation of
involved in a
Batman the
fight
best,
outside the
because
bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you
because
from Captain Donnelly.
he
Message
acknowledges
reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy
that
Naval
the
Seaman,
impact he
information
has
relevant to your
on
case. Jessup
Gotham,
is currently being detained at Central Station.
while it
Could
might
be our
be
man.
good taking the criminals
Thanks for
off
your
the
help.
street, he's also having a negative impact, and he didn't want that, so he changes himself so that he can have a better impact on Gotham. Still taking down criminals, but without instilling fear into everybody. Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry, Rusty. Rusty, you gonna come with?
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab.
Alright, Russ, you coming with or not?
591. The vehicle
Alright.
has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on
King, do you
7th
know
Street.
the character Red Hood? If you don't, I don't want to spoil the movie for you. But if you do, I do want to tell you one of the saddest parts of the movie for you, because I love it when comics break my heart. Like, do you know the person behind the mask? The person that is... Okay, cool. So, as you know, the Red Hood is... And if I misunderstood you, just cover your ears real quick. The Red Hood is Jason Todd, Batman's second Robin. Yeah, no, I mean, you can still watch it, but you knew this going in. Because I talk about the Bat Boys from time to time. But the movie and the final Blue, cover your ears.
Not now.
King, do you mind me giving away the fucking like last 5 minutes of the movie? And Blue, I want you to cover your ears because I want you to see it for yourself. But you don't have to do it yet. You don't have to cover your ears yet. Oops, I'm driving real erratic.
Me.
But yeah, King, do you mind me spoiling the last 5 minutes of the movie? If you do, I absolutely will not, and I will talk about something different. But like I said, I like it when, yeah, he did get murdered.
11K, further on your APB on yellow cab number 3591.
I mean, it happened in the 80s, but I'm still upset about it. I'm still bitter. Anyway, so yeah, Blue, cover your ears for, the next minute. You have the timer up in the corner that you can follow. When that gets to 35, you can listen back. So at the end of it, Under the Red Hood, it ends with Batman putting a stop to Red Hood, Jason Todd, like killing criminals, and Batman has to protect the Joker because Red Hood was gonna murder the Joker. And Jason is like, "Oh, I hate you. Like, you didn't save me. You could have at least gotten revenge, and you didn't. You never really cared about me. This is what you are. You never cared." And then it has a flashback to his first day as Robin, and it shows him in his costume, and he's jumping around, and he says, "Today's the best day of my life." He's so happy to do shit, and then the movie ends, and it fades to black on that shot of him like that. And it's like, putting those two scenes back to back, I'm like, ugh, fucking, it hurts. It's such a good fucking...
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night.
Yeah, I am.
What was the
I
woman
like it. Like I said, I
Green dress.
enjoy it when
don't tell me
comics
something's
aren't
happened
afraid
to her.
to
Tell
be
me
like,
about
yeah,
her.
we
She was with
are
this
gonna
sailor.
hurt you. Like,
He
we
was
are
all
not
over.
because
She
we
wasn't
killed
having
off
any
a
of it.
character.
Said she just
'Cause
wanted to dance.
murdering characters, especially in
He
comic
had
books,
that
it
look in
doesn't
his eye.
really do anything
Where
to me
did you drop
anymore.
them off?
But when you
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
when you like
What time?
explore their emotions,
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a
and
big
do
help.
shit like that, it
Wow.
fucks
That's
with
gonna
me, and
ruin my
I
day.
love it. Like locations, like Red Hood and the Outlaws, the current run, volumes 1 through 4 do that a lot. They are not afraid to be like, hey, we know you're getting attached to these characters, so we're gonna make them have some hard times. And it breaks my heart in the best possible way. I'm trying to think of, like, other fucking comics that do that. Nothing's coming to mind immediately, but, like, part of me wants to say All-Star Superman, but I don't remember how most of that plays out. And, like, I want to reread it at some point, but I don't plan on doing it soon. There was, in the comic, in the two-part comic, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, there is a section, there's 2 pages. 2 pages where it shows Bizarro. And Bizarro is an imperfect clone of Superman. And typically he wants to do good. Either villains convince him that he will do good and tell him to do bad things, and because he doesn't understand the way the world works, he does those things. Now, in Superman Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, there's 2 pages, like I said, that he's in. Superman goes up to him and says, Bizarro, you need to stop. And Bizarro's like, no, listen, I've got this. I figured out what my problem is. I'm an imperfect clone of you, but I'm not a perfect imperfect clone of you. Like, I'm not the complete opposite. So, here's where I'm gonna fix that. I already started, because your planet died and you were the last one left. So, to try to be closer to what you are, I just killed off my own planet. And it's like, oh shit, what? And then Bizarro's like, and you try to save people, so before I came here, I killed as many people as I could. It's like, Bizarro, what the fuck are you doing?
I heard
He's like, and there's one more thing that could make me the complete opposite of
who looks like he's in
Superman.
And knows it.
And that's that you're living. And with me, I brought blue kryptonite, which is Bizarro's kryptonite. And then, fucking, he's... Oh, it just hurts me so good. You can see that last few panels on your own.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
But like, oh,
you know why
fuck,
you're here,
dude.
Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
It hurts so good,
I don't want any
especially
trouble,
watching a
it's fine.
character that, like,
I heard on the radio about this lady
wants
being
so
killed. I got leave
badly
from my CO to come down
to
straight
do
away.
good.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone.
And
look, you need to believe
that's
me.
part of the reason why people
Let's
like
start at the
Spider-Man,
beginning.
because he tries constantly, every day, to do the right thing.
You went to Barron's bar.
But it
What time did
almost
you arrive?
never works
I
out
got
in
a
his
24-hour
favor. And
pass. I got there around
but
7.
at the end of the day,
That's where
it's
you met
never
Teresa Terrellson?
like the happiest ending.
We had a couple of drinks.
Like, for instance, take the first Sam Raimi movie, or the first or the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, or Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming to a lesser degree. But, and I'm gonna spoil these movies too.
So you tried
yes,
to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
But at the end of the first Spider-Man movie,
but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
His friend's dad kills himself.
Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Peter turns down the girl he's been interested in through the entire movie because
Richard Bates over Mrs.
he knows that he has the responsibility to be Spider-Man.
He
can't be Spider-Man and Peter Parker at the same time.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub.
Aunt May got kidnapped at one point, and so did Mary Jane.
I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
So, like, the day didn't exactly...
example of chivalry, Jessup.
It wasn't happily ever after at the end of that movie.
Then
we got The Amazing Spider-Man 1, where Peter's mentor turns into a giant monster,
I caught a bus back
and
to the base.
this cop he respected, who is also the father of his love interest,
Tell us what
gets
really
murdered
happened at
by
the
that
Crystal
person.
Ballroom.
It's not a happy ending.
I'd had enough.
The dying father says, "Stay away from my daughter." It's not necessarily the happy ending that you're looking for. And then Spider-Man Homecoming, you got
got on a bus and she fell asleep
the girl
on my
he's been interested
Which
in
bus?
leaves for a different state, and Aunt May finds out that he's Spider-Man. It's not the happiest ending. It's not the saddest out of all of them either, admittedly,
After that,
but
I caught another bus to
it's
San
not
Pedro.
a happy ending.
The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And
that was
he
the
did
last
everything he could. He tried to save the day.
We didn't say much.
And
she was kind of embarrassed.
Technically did, but
the cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar.
You always see these stories of, like in movies and shit, where it's like, yeah, if you do the right thing, everything will turn out well. And Spider-Man especially, and the comics, and the stories that I prefer, is at least when they're not done over and over and over again. I don't want to read, like, exclusively depressing comics, but when most of the comics are like, oh, the day has been saved, everything is back to normal, the status quo has been fulfilled. Those are good. Hold on.
Tell the truth, Jessup. You were out of time. You wanted to get laid, and Teresa wouldn't come across. It made you crazy, so you strangled her with a
after so many happily ever afters,
that's not
it's
true.
refreshing to see
I felt sorry for her. What proof do you have that I strangled
that
her?
and it's reassuring because, let's be honest, life doesn't always work out.
I've never struck a woman in my life.
Life doesn't always work out where
but that's not one of them.
Everything
We're holding you
turns
till
out
we can
well.
clear this with the driver.
So seeing these characters that can do so many things, in watching them do everything in their power to do the right thing,
Sure, detective.
and still seeing everything not go great.
Got a message
it's
for you.
reassuring
Sighting of your
when you're like,
disfigured
okay,
hobo
that
on
happened to
Brand
them,
between Temple and Sunset.
so at least
And it looks like
I'm
the
not
has a record,
a
too.
failure.
He's wanted in
I'm
connection
doing
with
the
two
best I
female
can.
assaults.
Thanks.
So if
What now?
I can watch
Drive all the way to
Spider-Man
San
or
Pedro and
Batman
check
or
the locker?
Superman or
Let's
Captain
see if the
America,
bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 16.
if I can watch them try their best, and sometimes it's still not enough for that time,
Just
that
go
it's okay
easy,
if it
pal.
happens to me. And, like, those are the stories where I'm like, ah, shit, fuck, you got me, you got me. I
one on the hook.
put my guard down
Still
for
no
5
hard
minutes, and you
evidence on
fucking
any
got
of
me.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that.
There's a
Plenty
quote
of
by
time to get downtown, Cole.
Jack Kirby. It's a
possible.
very
Have
simple
them bring
quote,
him in.
but it's a quote that I like. and
KGPL,
just-
could we have Lars Terrellson
Comics
picked
will
up?
break your heart, kid. And
11K, roger.
yeah, depending on what you read, and depending on how you view that, almost time and again, yeah, comics will break your heart, whether it's seeing how fallible these heroes can be, or if it's just because you wanted a story to be good and it just very much wasn't, you've been anticipating it. That's happened to me a few times, especially when I read comics as they came out in high school. Comics will break your heart. I've been rambling on that for like probably like 30 minutes now. I feel like we're all getting bored of that. I rambled for an hour on Twitter about you? Is it you? Is it you? I feel like it's you.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe
Wham
trip.
bam, thank you, ma'am.
Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute.
Here's some tangential stuff. This isn't actually
Frank Zeffirelli.
high school, it's middle school.
Where can we find him?
But
Frank is out on the 7th floor.
middle school for me.
Can you tell us the route?
10 years ago,
Should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Batman Arkham Asylum came out. It's going to be 10 years in November, I think. It's either August or November. I mean, to be fair, you shouldn't really have to come out.
We're not going to drive the
Like,
whole thing, are we?
people don't have to
Won't
come
take
out,
long.
so you shouldn't be
Yeah,
obligated
siren.
to announce, hey, I'm this way. I steal a bus? No. But yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum is 10 years old. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Shit.
All-American
I remember
7-4.
seeing
Let's
Infinity
go
War
get
with
him.
Blue. That was one of our first dates. It wasn't our
This
first,
could be a
but it was
long
one
trip,
of.
Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip.
Hell
blast, and
yeah.
only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that.
Oh shit.
Slow and steady, come on. Touchy.
You know what your problem is?
Whoa.
You don't like hard work.
Okay.
This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Yeah.
Save
I mean,
it,
that's something.
Phelps.
Like,
You're just as bored as I am.
what? I mean, me telling my friends that, I like, more than one kind of person was very easy, but that's because, for the, like, until, for the first, like, most of my life, or at least from, like, high school into college, I was like, yeah, no. When I didn't know for sure what I was like, yeah, no, I like women, and I'm secure enough in my sexuality to admit that these
still no
men
sign
are
of him.
attractive.
Did you doze off, Rusty?
That doesn't necessarily mean
I think
I'd
you
want
slept
to
through
sleep
my
with
solving the
some
case.
of these men.
Yeah, very funny. Just give me
But
a
I'm
nudge
able
when you
to
see him,
admit
right?
that, like,
How about you
they are
nudge me?
attractive, even
Think
if they
that's a
aren't my
job for
thing.
your wife, Phelps.
Rusty.
And then, as time went on, I was like, oh no, some of these guys might actually be my thing too, though. Actually, so when since a bunch of my friends knew that I already felt like, oh yeah, no, I'm willing to admit that these people are attractive. And then I was like, oh hey, yeah, no, I also like these kind of people. They were like, yeah, we can see that. They didn't say say that exactly, but I don't think I came out to them directly. I think just kind of happened. I'm like, okay. I did come out on Facebook though, like very publicly, but that's because there were some people, i.e. my parents, that didn't know, and my brother didn't know either. So I was like, yeah, this way everyone can know.
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
Yeah,
the probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night.
Drove the other way on this road. Yeah, I found out after I found out after the fact that oh, there's the thing I'm chasing. I found out after I came out and after like some friends had ended up talking.
That's the bus we're looking for.
My neighbors specifically.
Get her to the side of the road.
From whatchamacallit, one of my dorm room senior year, there was my neighbors, if I remember correctly, they thought I was a bottom, and I'm like, wow, looking at it, I can see me giving off that energy with how I react around some of my friends.
Ease
but yeah,
in behind
no.
her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
A lot of people did think I was a bottom.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she
And
got
like,
off
don't
on
get me
the wrong
wrong,
stop
there
or
are some things that I did where I'm like, yeah, no, I can definitely see that vibe I gave off.
Hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
That, like, hindsight's 20/20,
So Stanley
right?
boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trouser. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm going to call for some backup. These boats
Yeah,
hate
no.
cops.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Us in a room and said that one was the top, one was the bottom. I feel like most people would be able to see. But here we are. Oh, also, side note, I know I've mentioned this person in the stream before. Blue knows of it in detail because I've shown him the messages in the past. But, but Blue, that one guy that messages me from time to time, he didn't message me recently that I can think of. But, Tim McDonnell, got a handful of messages from him like a week ago, and now like every 1 to 2 days he's been sending Tim another message here and there. And last I heard, Tim was like giving him the cold shoulder, and that was like fucking 5 days ago. So he just will not let up. The worst that could happen is he keeps messaging me, but this time he picks it up even more. Oh, King, I don't... It's just... He comes on so strong, and like... He will hit on almost any man that moves. So it gets annoying. King, I don't know if I told you this, but when I do play Resident Evil 2, I'm going to be doing it in the black and white mode, as well as using the detective outfit, so just be warned, it's going to look very similar to this, I'm realizing now.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
Like, I remember I put my Snapchat on Facebook at one point. I'm like, hey, if you haven't added me before, add me. And then he added me. I didn't know it was him. And I'm like, oh shit, Jesus Christ. And I was like, yeah, who is this? And he sent me just a shirtless picture of himself laying on a bed. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this dude needs to fucking chill. And I was like,
What's
and
your
that was
name?
before I came out, and I was like, hey
Comrade
bud,
Stalin.
no
Very
offense
funny.
to you,
We'll
not
find out
interested
from
in
your
guys,
personal
because I was
effects.
like, let's get him off my back.
You're under
And
suspicion
he's
for
like,
murder,
oh no, I wasn't
Ackerman.
asking.
We're taking you
And I'm like,
downtown.
in my head, I'm like,
You
sure.
can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already
Yeah, right.
done.
Fuck, dude, if you want to add me on Snapchat, go for it. Either Blue or I can give it to you. I'm not going to announce it on this stream in case someone ends up watching in the future, but...
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
But,
Not everything here is...
when I did end up coming out on Facebook, like, less than a day later, he was like, hey, why'd you say you weren't when I asked? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, first of all, you didn't fucking ask. You specifically said you weren't asking. You were
Ackerman
just
doesn't
trying to
look
be
like
friends.
much of a dancer.
And I just responded to him with gifs. Being like, yeah, no, I'm out. Fuck off.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
I mean, it's okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let this play out because I forgot I'm gonna do these since I don't have most of them on here. Anyway. See, these would
Still
be in
working,
black and white
Jack.
regardless, but...
I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr.
Yeah.
Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
No
We made a
need to
mistake
be,
and we're in trouble,
because
A
he's
local gangster,
that one person
Mickey
is
Cohen,
the worst.
is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
The fuck? Yeah, those are on this way. Alright.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
Oh no, that's the best cat.
The only thing these guys
Queso is
understand
the
is
fucking
force, Sheldon.
best, dude.
They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained.
So, something
I didn't
Robbie
make you
shared
work
on
for
Twitter.
this kind of shit.
Do you know the fucking Fact or Fiction, Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction, where it has that one guy where he's like, "Yep, that's a true story, and it happened like this," or "Nope, we tricked ya." There's fucking a post I just reblogged or retweeted, whatever, that has two pictures of that guy from that show, and it just says, "Have you ever heard of sex? Two people, possibly more, locked together in the fires of passion? You're no fool. We made it up. It's not real, and it never was." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna pull a Shane Dawson. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Jessica's alibi checks out.
Never watched
Bates is a
his
recidivist.
channel,
He'll be
and especially
pulling the same
after
stick until we put him away
hearing
for
that
good.
cat stuff, I'm
Ackerman.
definitely not
Breathe,
gonna.
Phelps. Breathe, damn it.
Grab the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
Ah! Oh, true. Yeah. It was. Ah, shit. Okay, we're going downstairs. Watch out, bud!
Whoa there!
I think I knocked that guy's hat off. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought he was wearing a hat when I went down. At least I didn't hit anybody. Which I'm honestly shocked
Jesus,
about.
Phelps!
But today, I went on a 1-hour Twitter rant about Hanna-Barbera.
We're going this way.
Oh yeah, we're going this way? We're going this way. Because I
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
am very passionate
How do you
about...
know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
At least
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail.
And
What kind of
Scooby-Doo
a
in general.
government puts weight
And
like
Harvey
that
Birdman,
on a
attorney at
man's
law.
shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me.
I
heavy load.
think that's what
You
happened to
feeling
me at
sorry
one
for this
point in
smelly
time.
fuck?
No, that was with Instagram. I forgot my Instagram login, so I just ended up making another Instagram, and my freshman year one is
Why
still
did you
lying
kill
around
Mrs.
somewhere.
Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
I don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
You hate women, Ackerman?
Yeah, he does actually.
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them afterwards.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I have no use for them.
No worries. I know at least 1 or 2 people that have flip phones.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill?
Tony
I have
Stark
many
actually does
places.
technically.
I go where I
If you check out...
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not
Civil War,
execute
or the
mental
beginning of
patients.
Infinity War.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed.
No
But
worries.
I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
That's not true. We have... Where is it? It was that one person. No, not him. No. Didn't we have a lady saying that? Alright. Whatever, I don't really have much of a use for these intuition shits.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will
Other
be
than
around
this.
on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
Well, that was a very abrupt ending, huh?
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Hella, I did it. An early visit to the hobo camp might have offered a lead, but good luck finding a coherent wisdom. Yeah, hold on, case notes. So you're saying, hey, maybe you should have gone here. But it was probably pointless to do it anyway, so... What the fuck are you... What are these mixed messages you're sending me, game? Alright, that's where I'm gonna call it for this. So, I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be continuing this game. Real quick, when we finish LA Noire, what would you rather I pick up? Watch Dogs 2 some more, which will take me, I don't know, like an extra week and a half or so to finish. Mass Effect Andromeda, which I will not be finishing before Halloween happens, most likely, because it's a long game, and I plan on doing some side missions. Or Batman Arkham Asylum, which, honestly, I can probably beat in like a week, week and a half, 2 weeks maximum. Just trying to, get a... You vote Mass Effect Asylum? Okay. Got mixed answers. I, in theory, can do both. I think I know what I'll do, though. What I'll probably do is, here's what I'll probably do. Hear me out, hear me out. Fuck, actually. I was gonna say I can do Batman Arkham Asylum, finish that, and then just do Mass Effect until I get surrounded by Halloween stuff. And then once I finish Halloween stuff, I can do Arkham City, and then I could do, yeah, I can definitely do some episodes of Mass Effect at the very least, before I move on to anything. But first, we have like 3 or 4 more cases in LA Noire, so we'll get those out of the way first. And then, actually, we don't need to. Would you rather, tomorrow, would you, well, that is good advice. Don't look at games such as Fallout 4, or Heavy Rain, or, fucking Hitman, or, Watch Dogs 2, or Resident Evil 6. Or any of the games I played on my laptop. Or Assassin's Creed Odyssey, technically. I beat the main game, but, like, let's be honest, that wasn't the real game. But yeah. King, would you rather I finish... would you rather I finish the cases I need to finish in LA Noire before I do Mass Effect? Or are you open to me continuing Mass Effect starting tomorrow? I do that for about a week, week and a half, and then I do Batman for about a week, week and a half, however long it takes to finish, and then do Mass Effect until whatever, and then just visit this whenever we want a taste breaker, for lack of a better term, because we only have 4 cases left, and I kind of don't want to just get them out of the way immediately. But also, I have a tiny-ass attention span. You can't expect me to finish a game in however many sittings. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll start Mass Effect Andromeda... or I'll continue Mass Effect Andromeda tomorrow, probably. And then... soon, very soon, I'll start Batman Arkham. But until then... have a wonderful night. And thank you for your input. I'm sorry I talked your ear off. I guess that's why I'm here, though, huh? Sorry I rambled for like a half hour about comics. And sorry I took this extra time at the end to be like, hey, fucking... Anyway. Have a good night.